Welcome to the Well Woman Show. Each episode is a transformational journey using mindfulness, feminism, leadership, and strategy to support you to thrive personally, generate wealth, and impact your community. And now, here's your host, feminist thought leader, London School of Economics grad, leadership consultant, and transformational coach, Giovanna Rossi.
Hello, Well Women. Welcome back to the show. We are in the middle of the summer, if you're listening to this as it publishes, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of, we thought we were done by now, and we're not done at all with COVID-19. And people are making plans for going back to school and wondering, what is the impact going to be on my kids? Can I keep this up? What are we doing? It's just a lot. So the most important thing that you can do during all of this, is to really make sure that your resilience is as strong as possible. And that means continuing to show up, continuing to tune into the Well Woman Show, using the tools, come and join the academy, just really support yourself. And I'm here to help you do that. So today on the show, we're going to talk about the thing the self-help industry is missing. And I'm going to talk about that in a few different ways. So in the context of the Well Woman Life community, we're going to talk about the two things that women are valued for and why these are keeping you playing small. And the most important piece of the Well Woman framework that other personal development models are missing. And of course, you can always go over to the show notes to read about more of this and get all the links at wellwomanlife.com/208show. So why are we talking about this today? Well, it occurred to me, I was doing a TV interview, and, it's always great to do like a 3 or 4 minute television interview, because you really have to get precise and really hone in on what do you really want to say and communicate. And it really came down to a couple of things that I wanted to talk about in this interview. And so I want to share those with you today. And the first thing is, I just want to take a step back and say, let's just have a quick reminder of what is this Well Woman journey? Like, why are we here? Why do you tune in every week? Why do I keep showing up and doing this? And really, it's about supporting women on a journey to reach your full potential, personally and professionally, on your terms, right? Like, not what you think you should do, not what other people think you should do, or what other people expect of you, but really looking at what it is that you want. How do you define success? How do you define your value? And when we talk about well women, we're talking about women who are really committed to their own personal and professional development, and who are committed to making their communities equitable and just places to be. We're also talking about valuing our skill and experience, able to earn an income to sustain ourselves and our families. Part of this journey, in order to do all of this in the world that we live in, is that we have to unlearn a lot of the messages that we're taught from very, very young. And we're taught these messages, we're handed these down, from our family members, from society, from teachers. They're embedded in the systems in which we live. And so unlearning some of these is a lot of work. And the two things that women are valued for over time, throughout history, has been the first one is how we nurture. So how and when we have children, how we mother. There's a lot of judgment around that, right? How we take care of our parents, how we take care of our families, how we take care of our community. Generally, how we nurture is something that we are valued for. And the other one is how we look. Looking at the diet industry, looking at the beauty industry, setting down these really impossible expectations for women to look a certain way. And so part of the Well Woman journey is, really undoing the damage there and saying, I'm not going to go on a million more diets. I'm going to learn learn what my body needs and respect and love my body, or at least be open to learning about that, right? And it's about really holding your own in your identity as a woman that's got a lot of things going on. It's not just about how we nurture and how we look, right?
We'll be right back.
I'm so thankful for support from Natural Awakenings magazine in New Mexico, a monthly green, healthy lifestyle publication, and for support from High Desert Yoga, promoting optimum physical health, clarity of mind, and spiritual inspiration for all. You're invited to join me for a brand new monthly group experience over in the Well Woman Academy. This is a monthly group that includes access to the full 6-week course based on feminism, mindfulness, and the Well Woman Life Framework. It includes weekly groups coaching sessions with me, as well as office hours and a private Facebook group to share and grow. Don't get me wrong, this is hard work, but with these tools, you will easily find the time to do the course, get the coaching, and reach your goals monthly. If you find yourself worrying about whether you'll ever make it in the thing you're pursuing, waking up in the middle of the night with anxiety, lacking the energy you need to get everything done, stuck in some aspect of leading your team, procrastinating on moving forward with projects and tasks, or in a leadership role but second guessing yourself constantly, I'd love to introduce you to the Well Woman Academy. It's for smart, high-achieving women changing the world who want to overcome anxiety, burnout, perfectionism, and insecurity. The result? You get to live your well woman life, a life of joy, ease, and abundance, even when things are tough all around you. Visit wellwomanlife.com/academy to learn more. We're back on the Well Woman Show. So with that, I wanted to talk a little bit about why the self-help industry focuses so much on individual improvement. That really the missing link is how, what our external circumstances are and what systems and supports externally are available to us. And so we know from all of the recent discussions about Black Lives Matter and racial justice that there are systems and circumstances that people didn't choose, but that they have to live with and deal with, and they're oppressive. And when we look at what the self-help industry is really telling people, it's really very shallow and narrow. It's all about, if you think positively, if you pull yourself up by your bootstrap, and it really misses the mark for me, and it always has. And this is kind of how the Well Woman framework was developed years ago, was looking at, how can we really look at the intersection of our individual internal resilience and strength, which is a lot of what the traditional self-help industry focuses on. And certainly, I include a lot of those tools. They're very useful. But I also added sort of the intersection of that with the external. So the external circumstances, the systems, the supports or lack of support. And these are things like, your family, your home, your community, the policies and laws that are passed, what's going on in the world that impacts us as individuals, right? So that is the missing link, I feel, in the self-help industry, that by developing this framework and giving you these 2 questions in the quiz, which is at wellwomanlife.com/quiz. You can go there and answer these 2 questions for pretty much any challenge that you're having. And it really facilitates your exploration of your internal resilience and the external circumstances. And so when we know those 2 things and how they're interacting, then we know more about where we are in our challenge and what we need to do next, and like what makes sense for us to do. So a lot of people say, just take action. And as you know, in the framework, no, we don't just take action. There's a lot of other pieces before we take action. And when we do take action, it's aligned action, right? Aligned with our inner knowing. So that's what I wanted to sort of address today. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet here, but I want to encourage you to explore this a little bit with me by coming over and taking the quiz. Come over and join our community on Facebook, wellwomanlife.com/Facebook. And if you're ready for a community of women that supports you and provides, coaching and tools, come over and check out the Academy. The Well Woman Academy was developed exactly to address these things. And it actually was developed because there's just such a need for it. And I was teaching the course called Your Next Chapter, which is also known as Well Woman Essentials. And people in the group wanted additional resources and additional support. And so we're doing this monthly academy where we unlearn all of the harmful messages. And we do thought work and, using a lot of the tools that were taught in Brene Brown and Tara Brach and Byron Katie. But we're adding another layer, which is this, kind of community, systemic, external circumstances lens, so that we can say, so that we can really investigate, like, what is this? And how does it interact with, my own internal challenges and anxiety and insecurity. So if you want to learn more, head over to wellwomanlife.com/academy. And I hope to see you over there. And definitely tune in next week. We're going to have Commissioner-elect Adrienne Barboa on the show. She is an experienced activist and policymaker in communities of color. And she was just elected to the county commissioner where she lives. And so that's going to be a good one. And also, if you want to check out all of the interviews that I've done on the Well Woman Show with Black, Indigenous, and women of color, you can go to wellwomanlife.com/women of color and check those out there. All right. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
That's it for our show today. Remember, if you need support to live your Well Woman life, head over to wellwomanlife.com/Facebook to join our community. As a reminder, we are on NPR every week, so be sure to tune in at npr.org/podcasts and search for The Well Woman Show. If you enjoyed today's show, please take a moment and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a review. This helps raise visibility, which is super helpful when it comes to producing the show every week. For feedback, comments, or just to let me know you were listening, find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Well Woman Life. I'm Giovanna Rossi for The Well Woman Show. Until next time, have a super powerful week.